My name is Mary Ann Savakinis. I'm the Executive Director of the Lackawanna Historical Society, and I want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day, and thank you again for joining us. Today, it is my pleasure to present a video that was created using photographs that were taken by some amazing young people of Lackawanna County. This project traces its beginnings to February 2020, when the Lackawanna Historical Society received a grant from the Briggs Foundation to create a photo project that would ask students to show us through images what they think are the historically significant parts of their community. The project was proposed to us by Jake Stevens of the Times Tribune. He visits the Historical Society on a regular basis to pick up then and now research. And whenever he comes in, we talk about our favorite local history subjects and ideas, and we share, just some ideas of what we might want to do together sometime. And Jake said he would be very interested in working with students to develop some sort of photo workshop where we could teach them methods and techniques that he uses as a photojournalist, and that he hoped that he could encourage younger citizens to use photography to learn more about local history. We received the grant from the Briggs Foundation right about the same time everyone was told to quarantine, which put just a snag in our plan. So by April, we realized that we needed to revise our plan, and we couldn't meet in person or work with the students. So we wanted to work virtually with them. So we changed the project scope, and we focused on asking students to create images, not just of historically significant parts of their neighborhood, but specifically on what COVID-19 in Lackawanna County looked like and what they thought would be a good document to share with the future. So beginning in May, Jake met with the students over Zoom several times in the spring and summer months to provide instruction, discuss subject options, and review their work. The students were provided with press passes from the society so that they could gain access to places that had been closed due to the quarantine, pretty specifically their schools. And they were also available to show people if anyone asked them what they were doing and why they were taking photographs out in public. We also reminded them to maintain social distancing and wear a mask. So that's how the project kind of got implemented and kicked off. Once all of the photos were received, Jake began editing and captioning for an online archive. That archive will go live tomorrow on our website, so you can see all of the photographs from the project. There are 453 that are in the archive, although the students took hundreds of photos. So we're excited to be sharing that with the community. Jake selected a sampling of the photos for the creation of the video that we're about to watch, and it features some of the students offering their comments and sharing their thoughts about their experience in this project. Before we begin the video, I want to take a moment to recognize our sponsor again, the Margaret Briggs Foundation. Some of their representatives were going to be here, so they might be watching us live on Facebook. But we want to thank them for their continued interest to the Historical Society. They're always willing to support our projects to provide educational tools and interpretation with projects like this. So we're grateful to them for their support. I also want to thank my partners in crime at the Lackawanna Historical Society, Sarah Piccini and Olivia Bernardi. These are truly talented individuals who always find a way to get things done, despite our limited resources, and in this case, our limited time and space to work together. I want to thank the 12 students who signed on for this project. They produce such thoughtful and telling images. It's nice to see our younger community become engaged in a project like this, and I'm confident that these students will go on to impress us as they mature, and hope that they stay involved with the Lackawanna Historical Society. And I do want to acknowledge each of them, so I'm just going to read their names and their schools. Zachary Allen from Abington Heights, Julia Kosarev from Mid-Valley, Ashton Mecca, who actually received a special recognition as the Photographer's Favorite Choice Award. Alyssa Slocum, both of Ashton and Alyssa are from Lackawanna Trail. Luke Pica and Nora Collins from Scranton Prep. Abigail Churva, Paige McConlog, Dev Patel, Catherine Wozniak and Sarah Williams, all from Scranton High School, and Hollis Hobens, who is our one exception. She's a college student, so Hollis Hoban is also here today. Finally, I want to thank our project leader, Jake Stevens, whose vision allowed our participants to learn new photography skills, gain an appreciation of how important the images are to documenting our local history, especially during this unprecedented time. And by creating this visual archive of the pandemic, Jake and his students have definitely left their mark on Lackawanna County history. We'll show the video shortly, but I wanted to ask Jake if he would like to say a few words.
Yeah, I appreciate that. This was a great experience. It really was a team effort between everybody. The Historical Society, thank you for taking a chance on this, and the Briggs for helping making it happen. And the students, this was really like a college level class. We offered no equipment for them, which I don't know how we would, but we had no in-person instruction in the field, and they went out there with their cameras. They handled issues with their cameras to get the concepts we were asking them to get. I'm just overall really impressed with the amount of images we got. And I think it's in time, in 20, 50, 100 years, we don't know how these pictures will be used, but I know they will be used. And I think the kids the students should really be proud of that and look forward to seeing them be used. And yeah, really appreciate everybody coming through for us big time. Everybody in their own way really came through to make this a really interesting perspective in this time. So just thank you.
Thanks, Jake. And again, Jake was instrumental in this project. So I know the students were all very happy to get an opportunity to work with a true professional like you. And I think it's a great opportunity, and hopefully we can continue offering programs like this. And now the reason that we're all here to watch the video. So I am going to share my screen and hit play. So fingers crossed.
In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Lackawanna Historical Society, with grant support from the Margaret Briggs Foundation, partnered with photojournalist Jake Dana Stevens to hold a documentary photography workshop for area students called Every Picture Tells a Story. The goal of the project was to supplement the students' school instruction and encourage the students to start thinking long-term about their photography. The workshops provided Zoom lessons and a stipend for the work produced by the students. Their work documented the unprecedented change in and around Lackawanna County and will become
I'm watching that Zoom. I call you back.
Permanent archive.
I called you.
Although
Did you know
students
that?
were instructed to keep social distance and not approach people, their visual documentation of the area shows life and changes in their communities.
I typically take pictures of the sports and all the events that go on at my school, and typically these things are a lot faster, like football and basketball. They are so much faster, they're action-packed, you never know what's going to happen. I'm also a nature photographer, so I take pictures of things like birds and deer and other animals, and sometimes even scenery. So this project really broadened of what I take pictures of. Typically, being the yearbook photographer, I only take action shots, but this project allowed me to take more pictures of things that I've never really taken pictures of. Yes, I've taken pictures of scenery before, but this was a different perspective of taking pictures of scenery. This project really opened my eyes to how the world is changing around me. Our goal was to capture moments of how COVID-19 has changed the world and how it basically stopped the world in general, how the world just came to a halt once COVID-19 struck the earth. And basically, I had to capture how Lackawanna County had changed because of COVID-19. This allowed me to get out into my community and capture places that I've never actually been to before, or that I've been to before but I've never seen so empty. it allowed me to actually go into my school, and there were only a few staff members there. There were no students at all because this was in the middle of our shutdown. And I had never seen my school so empty. It was just so weird being inside of my school and the halls being completely empty. No students were in classrooms. It was all completely different than what I was used to. And the picture that I remember the most from this project was from when I went into my school. I captured a picture of a classroom that was dark. The desks were completely empty, and I had light coming in through the window. And this picture was the most memorable because it truly captured how the world had changed. Education had just completely changed. Everybody was doing a virtual system, and nobody was expecting this, and having a dark classroom being empty with this light just coming through, it showed how things can change. It was a picture that I'll never forget, and this project is something that I'll never forget because it taught me so many things. It opened my eyes to many, many things. And I hope my pictures, are shared with everybody so that they can enjoy them and see how history changes and how this pandemic truly changed the world.
I learned that you could take a good photo anywhere, even when there's nothing going on. You always have to have your eyes peeled, that you could find quality in anywhere you are, and that I liked being able to go out when there wasn't really anything for us to do, and it gave you like a sense of like gratification that you were like kind of giving back to the community with these photos, and that they'll be displayed and that other people can see them and like the work you've done.
My name is Katherine Wozniak, and this year I got to work with the Lackawanna Historical Society on their Every Picture Tells a Story project. I thought this project was amazing. It was a nice way to get out during COVID, especially during the beginning when we were all in quarantine, and get to see how everything was changing while still being able to stay safe. I thought it was awesome to be able to document these things, to have them for years to come when our generation is teaching the next generation about what happened. The people we got to work with were great, and it was just a really nice thing to do for Scranton and for our communities, and overall I thought it was a wonderful project. Thank you for the opportunity.
I learned that you could take a good picture of something even if there's not happiness in it, even if it doesn't look like there's people having fun, or if it looks abandoned, or if it's of something that's angry, it could still be a valuable picture. And I liked having a reason to get out in the winter and go out to a park and do that.
I was given the opportunity to be part of Lackawanna Historical Society's program, Every Picture Tells a Story. In it, we were able to capture the small changes that we saw around our community due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We were also able to capture how people were struggling yet thriving in these unprecedented times. So I want to thank the Lackawanna Historical Society for giving me this opportunity and letting me be a part of their team. Thank you.
It's a they took pictures of showing what the COVID situation is in the area. Okay.
Well, that was the video. I think it was phenomenal. I think it's a great sampling of everyone's work. There are a few of the students here with us today. I don't know if anybody wants to share some more, but we'd be happy to hear from you. Catherine, do you want to say anything?
I just want to say thank you again for the opportunity. Everyone was really nice. It was great to work with Jake. He is very knowledgeable. He gave a lot of great tips. It was great to get out and do something when everyone was so sad and upset because of how COVID kind of destroyed some people's lives, but it was still great to get out and show that everything is changing, but not always in a bad way.
Thank you, Catherine. Ashton?
I just want to say thank you to everyone. This was a great opportunity for me to get outside and take some great pictures around my community. I don't usually get to get out to like Dixon City or like Scranton to take many pictures, but it was a great opportunity to get out and see some new things. So, and thank you to Jake. Thank you so much. You gave me some great tips. It was a wonderful experience.
Good, thank you. I hope you use them from now on.
Thank you. Hollis?
Thank you very much for the opportunity to participate in this project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sarah?
Thank you, Jake, for doing this with us. It was great that we learned all those tips of photography, and it gave me a chance to go out to parks that I wouldn't have gone to otherwise. And it was just a really nice thing to have during this time of being at home. And yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Nora?
Thank you for the opportunity to be able to do this. It was really nice to be able to go out and take pictures and kind of see how everything's changed. And thank you for all of the pointers and the tips that you've given me. It was really a great project.
Thank you, Nora. You did a lot, so thank you.
Did I miss anyone? I think I got everyone. Good. So once again, thank you all. Please stay in touch, students. The Historical Society is always here, and we enjoyed working with you and would love to continue to document history for the future. And Jake, we will see you, I'm sure soon, to pick up more Minute Nows. And thanks to everyone for coming. Thanks to everyone for watching. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.